Fontaine and Marmello straighten for home, approaching the 400 metres. Johannes Vermeer moves up with Tiberian. Max Dynamite then rekindling, followed by Big Duke. Johannes Vermeer takes the lead. 200 metres to go. Vermeer and rekindling, stride for stride. Rekindling has won the Emirates Melbourne Cup. From in second place, Johannes Vermeer. Third, Max Dynamite. Then came Big Duke. Next, Nikita Wicklow, Brave Marmello, followed by Tiberian.
Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti on Friday afternoon. Not really sure what day it is, Pete, after the big Cup week. It was a bit of a marathon session last week.
Big week from, well, it started about 4 weeks before the week, but yeah, obviously we'll cover the events of Melbourne Cup Day, but it was a good, fun week, Darren, but as you said, a long and tiring one as well.
I was glad to get home into my own bed for the last couple of nights, even though I wasn't there long, but
No.
Flemington's a fantastic carnival, the build up, the journey to it all, and then it's all over, and you know, you go back to your normal life again until next year. But yeah, I think we had a ball. I think everyone had a good time, and I'd have to say the group of owners in Tiberian were just a great bunch.
Yeah, fantastic. We got a lot of good press, ATB. Nice little documentary there on yourself, and we had obviously the horse and his background, and the Frenchies, they certainly brought a little bit of pizzazz to the Melbourne Cup, which, apart from Williams's and a few others, it was pretty drab in a lot of ways.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll be running out to buy some pink pants and a pink shirt like Julian had on.
And
you'd look good in that, Pete.
Sean's hair, the purple hair.
Purple hair?
Yeah. No, they were great people to work with.
Great fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was.
All right, well, let's go back to where we started. Where was that?
I went to Horsham on the Friday to see Ransom Money run a plodding third. I don't know if you can describe it any more than that.
Feels like a month ago.
It does, actually, yeah.
So that's this time last week.
A few kilometres ago.
And he put in a disappointing run there.
Yeah, it was just fair.
No, it was worse than fair.
Oh, it was worse than fair.
I don't like that track personally.
No.
Big striding horse. I wouldn't sack him off that, but I'd sack him off his next run if he doesn't perform.
Which will be hopefully over a mile somewhere. He was down for Mornington, but obviously that's all coming up too quick, which was next Monday.
Yep.
So it'll be something within the week.
Need to get him on a nice
that.
big track, Pete.
Yep.
And a bit of give in it. A warnable or a terrain wouldn't hurt, because he's racing for his life.
Yeah, the bit of give's a hard bit, isn't it, finding those tracks. That night, we sent a terrific run from PK, who, well, the old Betfair betting would have had him at 100 to 1 after about 800 metres. Geordie Childs was riding the ears off him, but geez, he was good late.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would have folded on him at the corner, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
In that sports bet system where you fold halfway through the run, but to his credit, they went rocket hard and he was run off his legs, and when they straightened, he really came with a rush, and it was a great run to see him flash home like that. And
third beating about half a length, yeah.
Mate, if they can just get some blinkers on that horse and get him on a suitable distance.
I spoke to Darren Weir
He's ready to
on
win.
Tuesday or whatever it was, and he said no worries.
Gave him the instructions, did you?
The blinkers are going on.
You know, when Peter Snowden worked for Darley back in the day, sent a couple of those mares went to Commands, which was PK and Captain Harry. His comments were, Commands foals should be born with blinkers on, because they're worth about 10 lengths to them.
Well, we've got a story coming up about how that worked with Captain Harry a little bit later on. Well, if this bloke can find 2 or 3 lengths...
It was a great run, PK. He's going to be a handy horse.
Yep, for sure. The Sunday wasn't quite as pleasant a winning day as I thought it was going to be. We were at Werribee obviously earlier that day, and I went to Kilmore where we had Millinery, who was to be ridden off the pace. She jumped 2 lengths in front and ended up finishing second. Her run was good, but just...
jumped too well.
Just jumped too well to restrain.
You know, they wanted to ride her back, and...
Geordie Childs did a great job after she jumped so well.
There's no hope, you know, when they jump like that, but she got, you know, the other... Johnny Allen's horse had the sitter on and just got the better of her on the line, but...
Yep.
Yeah, look, she's going up the bush to Wodonga and try and get a kill with her, but she's got to learn to settle a bit if she's going to be competitive in the races. Like, she's got the ability, but if we don't get her to settle, then
it's all wasted.
We're not going to really get her to where we want to get to unless we give up on that and we just say we're going to Moonee Valley and run her in 955s and just ride the ears off her.
Just let her be the natural horse she wants to be.
I reckon we give her one more go. And if that doesn't work, I think we look at Moonee Valley 955 for the rest of the year and see if we can break the record.
Plenty of them over the summer if we have to go there. After her we had Misty C, and he had his mind on other things, and Chop Chop
Yes, he needs a massive gear change, so I'm going to pick him up in a minute, which is why I've got the truck here. So he'll be gelded, he's just not concentrating.
No. Got a lot of ability, Darren. Just
City class horse,
yep.
Be really good next prep.
So making that move now. And Himeji Joe, or Himeji Joe, whichever way you want to say it, she was okay on a track.
Where'd she run?
She ran fifth. You couldn't really run on, but...
Terrible track.
Yeah.
I think, we just can't be taking these horses to Mornington or Kilmore and those tracks. I think we've got to get them onto the big flat tracks and give them every chance.
Yep.
That's your job going forward, Pete. You're in charge of making sure we go to suitable tracks.
Calendar doesn't always work with what I want.
Scratch then.
Scratch.
I think the owners would rather go to a track where they have a chance, wait a week or two,
Yep.
than go to a track where we got no hope. If you agree with that, email Peter.
Well, the gate was the problem there.
Hopefully he gets 2,000 emails.
We drew the widest gate, so we couldn't actually put her in the race.
Should have
It
scratched.
was only a field of 6. So
I know, field of 6 where we run 5th. What's the
field of 8 or
point?
something.
No point. No point.
Got the message, guys. You scratch the next time you draw a bad gate.
And flat track would be
Talking
nice.
about blinkers, Captain Harry,
By commands.
by commands, probably improved that 10 lengths you were talking about to run second beating the nose by Weary's Hot Pot.
One more 2 small strides, he wins.
$26 pot.
Commands just shows you. You put the blinkers on, what happens. And it's taken too long to get him on, Pete.
Lovely ride.
Too
from
long,
Linda
Pete.
Meach from
Should have had him on
Barry
earlier.
No, I'm not a trainer, Darren.
No, but you've got to start treating them, telling them what to do, Pete.
We did. We told him what to do with PK.
Good.
He agreed. But yeah, great little ride from
Super.
Linda and nearly stole the race.
Linda Meach, underrated.
We'll have to use them more, Darren.
She's got to get on a few more ATB horses. She's flying.
Right,
Flying, Pete.
I'll note that in the book. Tuesday, the big day. Well, we did have Yogi in, who had to be scratched. He a little bit sore after a track gallop, now in the paddock.
Yep.
Also had Wanted Diva,
Shocker.
who was ordinary. She travelled like at the 500.
Had all the favours in the right part of the track.
And that was very ordinary.
Terrible. So I don't know. Maybe
They're going way back in class was the message this morning.
yeah, I'm sure blinkers will have to come off eventually, and I'm sure she might be better on a smaller, tighter track where she can lead easily,
Yeah.
and then have a short straight to run home on, because I think she's got a short sprint, and her best runs will be at Moonee Valley, and I reckon that'll be the key to her.
Cranbourne.
So they'll probably run her.
They were talking Sandown, so might have to have a bit of a
Anyway, look.
But that was back to a benchmark 70 too, I think.
Yeah, well, they can do that, but I think that's where we'll end up with her.
Yeah.
I don't think she's come on like we thought, and maybe look, she hasn't come up this prep. I don't know, but anyway, she might be. She's out of a Woodman mare, so maybe she needs cutting the ground.
Yeah.
But we'll just see. We'll let Hayes do his thing, and then
Go from there.
we'll go from there.
The Cup, Tiberian, enormous run.
Yeah, run seventh.
No favours.
Look, a lot's been said since his run. I suppose if you have a look at the performance of the horse himself, disregarding all the other factors, he was brave. He ran a mighty race, and I think if he had got the favours on the day, he would have been a winning chance.
Sure.
Certainly if he had the run Rekindling had, he would have been right in the race. There's no doubt in my mind he was the right horse to get, and I'm sure he's going to Hong Kong now on the 10th of December, and then he's going to have a break, and then he'll compete in Europe over our autumn.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's going to win a Group 1 over there, and I'm pretty sure he won't be back next year because he'll be outweighted.
Yeah.
If he's back next year, Pete, I'll be disappointed
Because we haven't
because he hasn't achieved what I think he can achieve. So from that point of view, the horse ran super, tough, pulled up, beautiful.
Absolutely.
Everything like that. But look, when you analyse the race, we drew 23, which was disappointing. We got away with it last year due to a freak ride by Maria, but we didn't get away with it this year. It was a different race. What actually happened is, the plan was, I think, to follow Yendel on Amelia Star, because it was supposed to, we perceived it would go forward, but obviously they were worried about getting the 2 miles, so Dean sort of sat back midfield 4 wide, and then we'll part behind it. So we were in no man's land. We didn't want to be negative out of the gates because we would have been 20 lengths behind, and we didn't want to charge him up because he'd get over racing. So we sat behind Yendel for as long as he could, and then when they went out of this, come into the back straight, they dropped the speed back to about 13.5 to the furlong, which is extremely slow. And the jockey then decided, well, if I sit there on this speed, I'm going to run 20th. So he rolled the dice and peeled out and gave him a little dig and
Dean took him for a bit, then Dean slotted in and he was exposed, so he kept going.
Up. Yep. And he got him up, and then, of course, the horse wanted to race, and coming around the bend into the straight, he actually hit the lead and looked like he was jogging, didn't he? And I think nearly every owner got out of their seat.
Sure they did.
And even I thought, hello, but, I mean, I think then what happened was the jocks thought, oh, I've done a lot of work here, I need to give him a breather. And he got sort of surrounded then by horses, and then he ended up getting checked and squirted out the back by Max Dynamite and battled away to run 7th, beating 9. But, you know, when you look at it, maybe when he came around that corner, he should have just went for it. And
just put a length on him.
Put a length or two on him, and then, you know, he would have got run down, but he might have run 4th or 5th. You could say that, but they make decisions at the time. The trainer was really, really pleased with the run. He was probably, well, he said to me yesterday, you know, he thought maybe he could have rode him a little bit different. He didn't actually bag the rider like I would have, but in his polite French way, he said it could have been ridden better. Well done to Peter Ellis, he's tipped the Quinella. He was right on the money, wasn't he?
He put those up under, well, duress. We didn't give him much time to think, but he had those in his head. He said Rekindling, Johannes Vermeer's, Tiberian, Marmello. They were all there.
Thomas Hobson was right there.
Well, they were all top 10 finish. Yeah,
it was only Max Dynamite that he didn't have, but you know what? They were telling me down there that he was
working
he was
well.
fine. And Big Duke, well, he's one that sort of slipped in there and killed our first 4, really. But anyway, it was a great day. I think you know, when we start looking for a new horse, you know, we'll probably do it differently again next year. Still happy to have other people involved, but I think when they come to Australia, they need to play it our way. And it's just a little bit hard for those international riders to come here and get the feel of the tempo. And you know, cover's very important here. There's fast and slow lanes, but at the end of the day, when you draw a white gate, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to need a ton of luck.
Anyone that's seen the overhead view, it's a great example of what you spoke about. First, second and third were 3rd, 5th and 7th on the rail.
Well, they drew barriers 2, 3, 4 and 5.
I think we ran, was it 21 metres more than any other horse in the race.
Yeah, I don't know how many more metres we ran than the winner. Probably 60.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
60 metres is
a long way.
25 lengths.
But like you said, you've got it
proud of the horse.
The horse is absolutely up to that
and
class.
Pulled up sound.
And
I'm sure he's going to give us a run. So some of the owners will be heading off to Hong Kong in December, Pete. And you've got the gig.
I'm pretty grateful for that, Darren. Yes.
Give you the opportunity to take the owners over. I think it'll be a good way to say thanks for all the work you've done through the year, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the experience.
Absolutely.
You haven't been overseas before, have you?
Not that far. I've been over when I was a kid, but any experience as an adult, no.
First fleet?
Tasmania.
First fleet?
Footy trips. No, look, I'm really...
I thought you missed it the first time.
yeah. But look, and I think the French are really happy. I mean, this has really brought him on, they're saying. So, and you know, we're only, 30 days into the next race. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'm sure you'll have fun. I've been over there, it's fantastic. And you just got to be really careful what you eat. And more careful about don't drink the water.
Maybe I'll just
do not drink the water, I'm telling you.
Righto.
Ask Kim and Phil and Biz about it last year when they drank the water.
Don't tell me that. Don't put me off.
You'll be right.
Anyway, so that covered the Cup day. We had Wednesdays to recover, say to ourselves. Thursday we had 2 runners. We went back Oakesdale. I went back down and actually took Mick Whitaker, one of the owners, down, who's had an absolute ball with his wife this week, Stacey. And we had Carraghan there. Run second, beaten about half a length by a real good one, and he was terrific. Great ride.
It was a great ride by Williams. Drew wide, worked hard to get to the front, stacked them up, got away with it for ages, and then kicked and just got run down by Mr. Garcia. Super effort by Craig, super run by the horse. You know, benchmarks 90, and like Craig said, you swap the barriers of those two, you swap the result. And that's a horse that couldn't win a 58 in June.
Remember that run at Bendigo? It was all over.
We're going to sack him, but
so it's great training.
Credit to the Hayes and Dabernick teams who turned that horse around, and you know, now it looks like he could be a nice country cups horse next year.
Well, David's just, I think he said he's going back to the farm for a little fresh, and he's already got a race picked out in early December at Sandown. So.
Yeah, and then he's talking about the Pakenham Cup as well, so who knows?
I mean, if they're looking at those races, just shows you how far they think the horse is coming.
Yep.
Full credit to him. Reigning Meteor ran third at Hawkesbury. Ran okay. I mean, I think Matt Smith's probably done a pretty good job with this horse.
He's got it going well, and look, the track wasn't wet enough.
No.
Distance probably needed further, but I think we're done, aren't we?
He's back to
the owners are done.
I think so, from what I'm hearing. I mean, we gave him a chance, and look, he's back to that's 59 rating or something now. And
enough's enough.
This horse ran 4th on Derby Day 3 years ago down the straight. So.
Hugh Bowman.
Yeah, so unfortunately...
Just shows you they can't go forever.
No.
A bit like us, Pete. Done it a bit tough this year, didn't we, on the drink? Yeah. Didn't pull up as well as we normally do, Pete. It gets harder every year.
Is that age?
I think we're out of practice.
And we didn't have the Irish to contend with either, so...
I think because now, you know, we treat ourselves like, you know, elite athletes all year, that when we do turn up to these events and these blokes want to get on the drink, we're just not up to it.
As I take a deep breath in.
We're just not onto it.
Anyway, Darren, that was our runners. We had 10 runners for 6 placings, so we're around about. We're knocking on the door, but we've been doing that for a couple of weeks now.
At least Tiberian ran 7th and paid 125 grand, which gets back all our money that we spent on getting him here.
Yeah.
So that's good. That was a relief. And for those who backed him to run top 10, I think they got between 280 and 350.
Good bet.
That was money for nothing.
Yeah.
Money for nothing.
Sportsbet had a good one up about you.
Did they?
I think you could name your own bet. And Jared Birrell.
Yep, Jared. Yep.
Jared Birrell, sorry. He got 50 to 1 about you lifting the jockey above, lifting the jockey up if you won the cup. Well, that was a $1 chance if you won. But unfortunately, you didn't get to lift him up.
I could have.
You might have lifted him up, running 7th, and thrown him over your shoulder.
I thought about throwing him into the roses. I couldn't see a bin anywhere.
Anyway.
I think everyone was expecting if Craig and Air won yesterday, you're going to pick Roger Gleason up.
Oh, geez, he was in good form, Rog, too.
Hey, he went running across the mountain.
Well, he said he cost the horse the win because
he ran out of yard
to keep running. He was still.
He was going at the 200. Going at the 200, Roger.
No, they were good fun owners, and
sounded a bit crazy this morning when I rang it about 7:30.
You'd swear they'd won the race. So, I mean,
Roger goes for a 10k walk every day.
Jeez.
When I rang at 7 this morning, he wasn't walking 10
No.
It was like,
I'm pretty happy in the losing owners room, treating it as a win, but
spent too much time in that room, Pete.
I know. Runners coming up. Today, nothing. Saturday, nothing.
Can we do some damage on Sunday?
Well, hopefully, got Bloodlet in second up
Where
over
we going?
mile. We're going to Arrow. I'm going to the Arrow Cup day.
Yep.
We're in the second last and the last, so...
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Better than the first and the last.
Well, they're together. Just no drinking beforehand.
So who's in?
Actually, Broadway and First is the first runner in the traditional China Bowl. It's a 75,000 plus bonus.
He was great first
bonus goal. Yeah, he's drawn 13. Bit tricky around Arrow.
Yendel?
Dean's on. He rides those country tracks as good as any, as we always say. Got to be an each way chance. Just needs luck. I don't know, he's probably just going to roll forward and just hope he can slot in the first half a dozen.
That's Sunday. And if he runs up to his first up run, he'll be hard to beat.
He looked a winner at Geelong first up. So
Dean will be positive. He'll ride him well.
Yep. And Bloodlet's in the race after. She's second up over a mile. And I reckon she's a good each way chance. She really travelled here at Ballarat and then just the last 100 just plateaued. Well, she's trained on. In a 64, she's a good chance.
Good chance?
But she'll need the run, 2,000 metre horse.
I'll wait till she's fourth up.
Right, there you go. I'm just talking each way.
You're just misleading the owners.
Oh, God. Same day.
Glad to put your phone on silent.
Same day
True
up.
Professional.
Might be a sale down. Should I answer it? Tennessee Gold, first up, Benalla.
When?
Sunday, same day.
Same day.
Yeah.
Who's riding it?
Brad Rowilla.
Oh, he's good.
We got Brad, which
She's been trialling good.
Won both her trials.
Gee, that's a long way to go.
It's a benchmark 58, which is the weakest class she's been in, apart from a maiden win, and it looks a weak race. I just don't know how topped up she is to win first up.
Well, the owners can find out. We won't tell everyone.
No, I'm not telling anyone here. I've got to speak to Mr. Weir and I'll let
Otherwise,
them know on Sunday.
Wayne Rout might ring you up and say, what are you doing?
He might bring me up belt, full stop.
Well, he'll be going to Benalla. He can do the post race.
We are very hopeful that we can get her
She's improved, hasn't she?
Yes, she looks fantastic.
But I reckon she might need the run.
Yeah. We, obviously our target when we bring her up is to try and achieve some sort of midweek level success.
Yep, she's a well-bred mare that needs to be winning in town. So.
Yep. Monday, nothing. Mornington, I think it's Mornington, nothing. And then Tuesday, well, as we're sitting here, the fields are probably out. But Connery goes to a mile Super Vobis, which will be suit him down to the ground.
Ready to win.
Yeah, and Artisano goes to a 2,400 metre tick. Big track Bendigo tick.
Hope it's not too firm, Pete.
Well, it's good weather for 2 or 3 days. I don't know what we do there because we've got 2 ticks. Big
hopefully they water
it. Bendigo generally sort of err on that side.
Do you know the track manager, the person?
I can ring up Josh to go and turn the taps on about 3 in the morning.
Actually, I think that'd be a good strategy, Pete.
What
You to become friends with all the track managers, right? So we can set the going stick.
Get the going stick out. Do you want to get a trumpet it out? It's a going stick.
Yes, I think you could become friends. Take a few of these people out for lunch.
To be no monetary.
Of course not.
No, just friendships.
Yeah. Well, both those horses are in good order, aren't they?
Yeah, look, like you said, Connery's ready to win, and Archie's pretty bullish about him this time up. Just hope Peter Snowden or bloody it was a Peter.
Did that horse win?
No, I don't know. It didn't win. I don't know where it ran.
No, I need to have another look at that.
Yeah, just hope
Smash Connery.
Just hope they're not walking around on track, but. He's ready to win. He's a good horse. And
Artisano still learning.
Gets good conditions.
I reckon he should go the paddock after this run.
It'd
be nice if he won and we could put him out and keep him off the hard tracks over summer.
It was surprised that it was a Super Vobis race, but it was only 14 or 16 nominations. And
well, they've run out of horses.
Well, they have at the back end of the spring, or middle of the spring.
Run out of horses, but.
So that's the runners, Darren.
Don't tip any, please.
No, I'm not
please,
tipping any. I just sort of half mentioned a couple.
Don't wrap anything up.
No. I'm not. No, they're all there to run well, Darren.
Right.
How's that?
Yes.
No Ladbrokes, bloody specials or anything there.
Okay.
And I've got not much more.
You know, it's really warm here, isn't it?
It's hot. I'm sweating. No lights either. It's just a natural
the sun
heat.
glare.
Christmas party's the only thing I want to mention.
December 3?
Yeah, there's 100 odd people have replied. So if you haven't replied, get it into
Peter.
Me. Yep.
Peter at ATB-Bloodstock.
Yep.
.com.au. That's you.
Yep.
And you'll sort it out.
Sort them out. We'll get them sorted.
Should be a good day, actually.
We'll have,
as usual.
Have some little files there. We'll have plenty for the kids. Santa will probably turn up. Drinks, food.
Everything you like.
Good fun. Good time.
Everything you like. And that'll be the week before you depart.
Yep. That's right. I didn't think of that.
You should be worried.
Hey? Worried. Jada said last night, he said, plane crashes. I thought, geez, mate, thanks. You beauty. Brings us straight up. He goes, oh, well, you've been a good dad.
How old is he?
10.
10.
Said it with a smile, the little monkey.
Good on him.
All good.
All right. Well, I think it's safe to say we've had a pretty good week.
Yeah, great week.
And we've recovered. Mm-hmm. Now we've got to do it all again.
Just keeps turning, the big wheel.
It does.
The ATB wheel.
All right, until next week, I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti. And thank you to everyone on your kind messages and well wishes for the Cup. And I think you all know the horse ran super. We just had no luck.